Hey everyone, I'm here with my student Helmi. I've been working with Helmi for a few months now. It's fantastic to have him on this and to see his recent success. So, care to introduce yourself?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Helmi. I am currently living in Malaysia. A little bit of my background, I am actually a digital marketer. I would consider myself a full stack digital marketer. The only thing I don't do is paid ads. So, throughout my career, I've tried so many things. I've done blogging, SEO blogging, I've done YouTube, I've done website building, but I didn't really know what specific thing to kind of brand myself
Mm.
because I tried so many things, right? So, I think what I needed help with and what I like about Mike was that during the consultation, you kind of helped me guide through. I laid down, okay, this is what I'm good at. This is what I've done. I need some help to kind of pinpoint like where should I go based on what you see the market needs in currently and in the future. So
Mm.
one of the suggestions that you gave to me was, hey, you're really good with the YouTube thing. I just saw your channel. Why don't you do the same thing for other businesses? So in other words, YouTube funnels. So that was the thing that you kind of customized that solution for me. And yeah, and recently my channel blew up and I've been making a lot of money from client work.
Yeah, yeah, we'll talk about the money now shortly and the progress and the trajectory that you're on, because it's an upward trajectory. There's no question about it. But what made you join this program in the first place, and what did you hope to achieve, I suppose, more than anything?
So I reached a point in my career, digital career. First things first, I just want to get this out of the way. I really don't want to work for people 9 to 5.
Mm.
So I think a lot of you who are considering watching this right now, considering Mike's program, probably in the same boat. Like you kind of want to do your own thing. You want to quit your job. So I'm one of those guys. I'm determined. I just don't want to be a manager, managing adult children, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to do my own thing, but it wasn't really clear what I wanted to do. So I've bought all the online courses from most of your favorite creators. I think I bought all of them. And I realized that, you know what, my level, I needed something more than an online course. I need like coaching. And I realized that in order to get good coaching, you got to invest, pretty decent money typically. So I kind of had that realization that, you know what, I need a coach and I'm prepared to invest a few $1,000s in said coach. So what I did was I went on a hunt to figure out who I want to learn from, right? So there were a few people that I shortlisted, but eventually I picked Mike. And the reason why I picked you, Mike, was because I followed you on Twitter before you were kind of super famous as you are right now. You have 36K.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you have 36K followers on Twitter. But at the time when I followed you, you only have a few thousand. So you're kind of like a normal guy on Twitter. But your messaging on there at the time you're talking a lot about landing pages. So as a business owner, I have a landing page, so it kind of resonate with me. And you give a lot of freelance tips, which is relevant to me. So I've been following you for a while, and then I kind of like the personality, your personality that was portrayed through your content. So you seem to me like not just another guy, pumping out generic content. You seem genuine. And then I've been following you a while, and then you said that you were a former engineer, and I was a former engineer. So there was some sort of connection there somewhat because of the engineering thing we didn't want to do. So there's some level of like relatability. And then what I really like the most is that I did a lot of research about you, your program, and then I went on your landing page for your coaching, and then there was like student testimonials. And that's when the student testimonials really have a big impact to hip over potential client to book a call with you. So even actually like you had a client testimonial from Osh, from a few other people. You know what, I didn't tell you this before, but what I actually did was I literally go find those guys, like you put the name in, I literally Google them and I DM them like, hey, did you really went on this program?
Yeah.
Because I'm considering to go on the program. And then Asha said, yeah, yeah, it was pretty good. And then I did that for a few other people, and everything seems to check out. So that was how
Oh,
I kind of background check you, because I
yeah.
don't want to, I mean, it's a lot of money. I know it's going to be a lot
Absolutely.
of money. So obviously I need to do my due diligence, right? And then we went on a call. And then, yeah, I mean, I already have some sort of expectation from you, from all your content. So, okay, Mike's this kind of guy. So when I went on the call, you kind of just want to match that
Mm.
expectation. And it did match. And then I just asked you, how much does the program cost? And then I'm doing this. Do you think you can help me? You said yes. So yeah, I just transferred the money afterwards.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. That's interesting point. And then no, you've never told me that, doing
Yeah, I
the
didn't tell you that.
background check. It's funny to know. I'm sure others do it as well, but I think that's why it's important to do these vi
Yeah.
videos together and actually voice out what people think and how people got on as well. right? So I
Yeah.
suppose speaking on that, how has your experience actually been throughout the months that we've worked together, just dealing with me individually and the group and the calls that we have and all that?
I think the bigger one of the biggest thing that I thoroughly enjoy and find value from you is at the beginning stage where you laid out a game plan for me.
Yeah.
So that's when I think we had a call. I just told you like what I did, what I wanted to achieve, and from that information, you kind of went away and kind of came up with a game plan. Helmi, based on the stuff that you gave me, and then what I think is good with the industry. I think you and Luke, I'm not sure if you guys did it together, or it was just you came up with a game plan and you gave me two options. Either you sell landing pages like I do, which I know will make a lot of money real fast and which is super high in demand, or you can do YouTube funnels. So the reason I didn't pick landing pages, even though I know it's going to be like instant money almost,
Yeah.
is because I feel like there's too many people doing it.
Yeah.
And I felt like not a lot of people are doing YouTube funnels. So I felt like if I choose this path, which is probably a little bit harder path, but at least there's not as many competitions. So, and I already have a YouTube channel. So I guess it just makes sense for me to pick YouTube funnels for my direction.
Yeah, I mean, going back on that game plan, it did make sense for you because you'd achieved something fantastic on YouTube already. So why not teach other people how to do that and help other business owners to build up themselves, right? And then create those YouTube funnels for them. With most people, I think a great place to begin is landing pages, right? It's relatively straightforward to get into it. So that's where I advise a lot of people to go. Even myself, with very little, well, no business knowledge, that was the easiest way for me to go in the beginning, and that's what worked out for me. But you had some extra skill sets on top of what I had, so you're lucky for that. So it made sense to do so. But let's talk about your results briefly. And I know a lot of it's been quite recent and quite sudden. Do you want to talk me through that?
Yeah, so yeah, going back to your previous question, the other thing that I enjoyed with you the most is we have the one-to-one call. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you currently do that for your new students, but when I joined, you had that offer going on, and I find that the most valuable because every week we can have like a 1 hour call, like one-to-one,
yeah,
like how we have a call right now. And I feel like a lot of the time people pay coaching for that. We just feel kind of lonely in our journey, and we don't have anybody to talk to listen to our problems because we can't talk this thing to our, let's say, my wife, like she doesn't understand what I'm talking about, and I can't talk to my friends who have a 9 to 5 also because they also like, dude, well, just get a job, right? That I mean, their point of view is different than what we trying to do. They don't understand what I'm trying to do, what you're trying to do. If you're watching this, you want to be a freelancer, you want to have your own business. You have a very different mindset than the average person, right? So I felt like the one-to-one is super helpful. Sometimes I just want to, I have some, and I feel like you have this butterfly effect or shiny object syndrome, right? Like, "Hey, this guy said I have to do this. This guy
yeah.
said I had to do that." So when we talk to the coach, you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't do that. You should stick to the plan. So it's a very simple thing, but it kind of helps me stay focused, I guess.
Yeah.
So going back to the last question, what was it again?
Yeah, I mean, just to speak on that point briefly, yeah, the inner circle program still, you get one-to-one calls in that. But I mean, the group calls, in my opinion, are a fantastic thing as well. And we have different guests on as well, and they're all recorded for anyone even that comes in to the future. You get all of them in the past. But the next question was about your results. What have you
Oh,
achieved
right.
so far? And I mean, what do you hope to achieve in the future in the remaining period of time that we'll be working together?
Okay, so what I've achieved so far was in the program you taught me how to create a content strategy for Twitter. And I already have like 10,000 followers on Twitter when I joined you. So currently I have 12.3K followers. So you teach me how to do giveaways and copywriting and that kind of stuff, which is good. But where things really took off for me was when I decided to create a brand new channel, YouTube channel, where I document my journey growing said YouTube channel. So from there, the point of view is like, hey, this is channel is just for business owners, which is my target audience. And then I created videos for 3 months, didn't really go anywhere. I had 200 subscribers 3 weeks ago, and then one video blew up. But because I had a content strategy, when it blew up, people look at my channel and I have all these other how-to videos. I have client testimonials. These are kind of stuff that you kind of taught me how to do on Twitter, but I applied it on YouTube,
Yeah.
right? And then because that one video blew up, they subscribe to me. They like this guy. They look at, I have all these how-to videos, all these client testimonials. Then they look at my landing page and then they see all these social proof. Then they book a call.
Mm.
So when that 3 weeks ago, I had 200 subscribers. Currently, I have 3,000 plus. within like a short period of time. And I woke up with book calls. I had the last 2 weeks, I had three sales calls, discovery calls per day for 2 weeks.
Crazy.
So today was the last day, and I'm absolutely smashed.
But you've
Yeah,
made
I was
money.
able. Yeah, I made money. I managed to close a few clients who they just say like this, hey, I saw you, I was following you when you had, not a lot of followers, and you grew up really, really fast. You blew up your channel really fast. It's no doubt that you know what you're talking about. You're the real deal. I want the same thing for my channel. Can you help me? And
Yeah.
then it was done deal.
And it's important to be consistent with that work that you're doing and that content strategy that you have, because that's truly all it takes. Whether it be on Twitter or YouTube, one post can literally blow you up, and that can change your life, literally.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think you've a very, very bright future. I know that for a fact. We'll be working together for a long time as well going forward. And I look forward to seeing the levels you get to 10, 20K a month, maybe even, right?
possible.
It's,
Yeah, that's my goal.
and it is possible. It looks within reach now, right? And I think that's an important thing, and to have the hope and the belief in yourself that you can get to that point now. So I'll be helping you all the way to there. But do you think you're more equipped now than you were when you started with me?
I think so, yeah. I mean, the knowledge is one thing, but I feel like the biggest transformation for me is I would say, the mentality of it.
Mm,
Because before this, I think I was to some extent still thinking of doing this business as a 9 to 5 job guy, but now I'm a business owner,
mm,
right? So the way you think things are a little different, but it makes a big impact.
yeah.
Like whatever it is that you're selling, or you have to personal brand yourself. That's number one. And number two, the biggest skill that you can have is actually selling, which is how can you convince people to pay you money to do the thing, whatever it is that you're selling. So I feel like that's the most important thing and the biggest takeaway from all of this. The rest, if you get people to pay you to do whatever you try to sell, but and then you can outsource the rest if you can't deliver it. But the fundamental key as the founder is that you need to convince people that you know what you're talking about and therefore get them to pay you. I think
Mm.
that's the fundamental key as a business owner, especially a solo business owner.
True, true. And I'm not sure if you were on the group calls or not, where we did dive through sales. We've done it multiple times over the past year or so that this program is going, but we'll be doing them again, and they'll be updated and so on as well. But sales is of course important. There's a lot of different battles that you have to fight as a business owner and trying to start up a business. Maybe it's, oh, what content will I post? What skill, what offer can I put out there? And then how do I fulfill for clients, and how do I even close clients and get paid, right? So there's a lot of different things that you have to battle with and get through. You're learning, and you've gone a long way, right? But it's a difficult process. There's no question
Very
about
difficult.
it. And so I definitely think it helps. I myself did it at the beginning. I got a mentor, and it helped me tremendously. And you're the same now, right? So, and I'm sure we'll have more as the years go on as well. I think it's very important to always have someone, and it's accountability as well, right?
Can I
So,
add something?
yeah, absolutely.
I think on that note, I felt like if I didn't get a coach or you as my coach, I would because I didn't really see much effort or much results for the first couple of months.
Mm,
And I think any sane person would probably give up, get a job already.
completely.
So yeah, but then again, I had some savings, I had family to help me out and stuff like that. But not everybody is that lucky. So in a way, I understand that I'm kind of lucky in that regard. And right at the very last, I look at my bank. I'm not gonna make it. I gotta get a job, right? And then that was the very moment that things blew up for me, and my business took off. Yeah.
And that's a great point, because it was a situation of where you were looking at, okay, I'm going to have to go back into employment and go back into the trap that really you didn't want to be in the first place. You wanted to get out of. Now you're looking very good going forward and making more money than you could make from a 9 to 5 anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So I hope this story is also kind of realistic for other people
Mm,
to see that, yeah, I have some success, but not everybody. Like, maybe you watch some Mike's other client testimony, everybody's so amazing, makes money so quickly. But in my case, it took me a lot of months
yeah,
to figure this out. And I think other people in my scenario, 99% probably quit.
yeah,
And truthfully, I almost quit. Like I was this close. I brushed up my CV already, so started applying for jobs and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, so definitely this shows that even with good mentorship, you yourself have to put in massive effort. It needs to be the right timing, right offer, right attitude, and you need savings really,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
back you up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a couple of people that I know, like Luke, for example. dived into it with very little behind them and just took the opportunity. A lot of times that won't work out, right? Let's
Yeah.
be honest. But there are some cases where it will. Okay. In your case, you know, you were at that point where you needed to for something to work. But I suppose that's a reason why this inner circle program is 12 months as well, because
Yeah.
I truly believe, I was speaking to someone this morning as well and telling them the same thing. I truly believe if you work hard for 12 months at whatever you're offering and stay committed every single day, you will win and you won't be working 9 to 5. Now, 12
Yeah.
months, most people won't do that.
I agree. I mean, that's one of the reasons I picked your program because, it's for 12-month mentorship, which I think is very realistic because there are other mentorships out there. It's only 6 months.
Yeah.
And I feel 6 months is kind of pushing it. Like, I'm not sure, I'm not confident myself if I'm going to turn my life around in 6 months, even though if I put a lot of effort every day, maybe luck is not on my side. What happens if I don't, make it at 6 months? And just like me, it took me, what, 7 months
Yeah,
for
maybe
me
like
to
that. Yeah, yeah, 6 or 7.
around there to get to where I am. So before that, I was struggling. I was doing
Yeah,
this, doing that, throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just to show that realistically, for some people like me, you possibly, it will take some time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You'll continue to get that support. But finish it off, Helmi. What would you tell anyone unsure about joining this program?
You should do what I did. You should do your due diligence before you spend any money on anybody, really.
Hmm.
But in your case, you're probably looking for a coach. Therefore, you can Google, Mike up. He has a YouTube channel that I helped to kind
Yeah.
of build a little bit. So watch his videos. I think the whole point of the YouTube video is that if you can watch his video, see how he teaches, see how he shares his stuff, do you vibe with this guy or not, right? And then look at the client testimonials. You can contact his past students just exactly what I did. I didn't tell him that, but that's what I did. And I feel like the fact that he put the name of the student there so people can Google shows that this guy, is confident because a lot of other people they do client testimonial, but they blur out the face, they
Yeah.
censor the name. Well, it's kind of coward, I feel like. What's the point of the client testimony? I can't Google this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least how I look at it. So yeah, and then there's no harm in looking shopping around because it is a lot of money. But by the end of the day, get on the call with Mike. It's a free discovery call and see if you vibe with the guy or not.
Mm.
Right? Because I like Mike. I think we vibe together.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not for you. Maybe it is for you. So get on the call, have some chat, see if your energy level matches up and everything lines up. There's really no reason not to.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Helmi. I'm looking forward to our next endeavor together and working and expanding your business. It's been an absolute pleasure so far. So let's continue and keep attacking it. Take care. Thanks for everyone watching. Bye bye.
Thank you, Mike. Bye bye.
That was an absolutely fantastic interview with my student Helmi. Now, if you want to get started on this journey of building your freelance business, building your skill sets and your personal brand online, that could be Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, we have it all, and I can teach you how to do all of this. Check out the description, check out the link in the description or in the comments, I'll have it pinned, and you can begin there. Watch the videos, read the testimonials, read the guidance that I give you in there, and go from there. Okay, so check that out and I'll be talking to you very soon. Thank you very much for watching the video. Take care.